My name is Jeff. I hope you can see me. I'm Jeff Leibowitz, and I'm going to be showing you my animals, and I hope that you'll enjoy seeing them, and hopefully we'll learn some things together. This is a channel about Swaggers. He's a very beautiful serval cat. Serval cats are medium-sized cats, and unlike most cats, they have spots and they have stripes. In the wild, they tend to live by themselves. They're solitary creatures, but what's interesting is that you could become very bonded with a serval, that they will bond with a person or two. That's about it. But we have a really cool relationship, and I'm starting this channel because I'd like to share some of the things we do. And I have other animals too. I know most people don't like snakes, but I have reptiles, venomous, non-venomous, mostly venomous, and so hope to talk about that too. But for the most part, these will be stories about the life of Swaggers. We live in a beautiful town called Roxborough in North Carolina, and Swaggers he goes inside the house whenever he wants, and there he's lying down. We have an outside enclosure, which is, I think, the biggest, certainly the longest anywhere, and I think it's the third largest in the country. It's going to be the largest you'll see. It's going to go all the way down to there. It's going to connect to the house there. It's hard to tell from where I am, but then that's Lake Swaggers, otherwise known as Lake Mayo. It's going to go down to the lake and then go all the way around and come up to a carport over there. Don't mind the garbage. We have problems with garbage. There's no garbage bin right now, so it's piling up, but a separate story. Anyway, so Swaggers is a very handsome boy, and the MO of his life, say hi. They hiss. When they hiss, it's not always something bad. That's just how they communicate. So he knows we're going to play. That's his summer fan right now. It's a little chilly for them, so I'm building him a little, what should I call a little indoor, like a shed. He has heaters over there, and I'm putting up heaters today that should keep him nice and toasty warm. And he loves his view of the lake, but I might have to cover that very back part just to keep him warm. I don't know, I think knowing him, he'd rather see the lake. He's very affectionate. He loves people, but to a certain extent. It takes some time to get used to them because they really just bond to one or two people, like I was saying. But this one is exceptionally sweet and nice, and he sure loves his toys. His diet, oh man, he eats the most disgusting things. It's just terrible. He eats nothing alive, except I do give him minnows as an enrichment activity. He eats quail. He likes chicks. Anything that's his size or smaller, he'll eat it. He likes, what do you like? He eats eggs. He loves eggs. He loves turkey bacon. But his favorite thing in the world are little smokies. Swaggers, well, we can demonstrate that to you later. I'll show you some things of him eating. I just don't want to gross people out. But right now he's just chilling. Swagger, say hi. Say hi. Say hi to your new buddies. There you go. That's hi. Even though they put the ear back, and sometimes that is a threatening gesture, with him, as funny as it sounds, I understand what he means by different kinds of hisses and vocalizations that they have. You know, he was telling me to sit and to essentially entertain him. I'm essentially his slave. I take care of him all day. Having a serval is a massive undertaking. It's just an ego-sucking, self-confidence destroying, soul-wrenching experience of which I'll never fully tell you, but once you accept the fact that you have to give up little things like your life or marriage, or little things like you have to move, things like that, change your job, once you accept that as a reality, well, then when you weigh it against all the fun times you have with someone like this, and you can do things like this and play with him, well, then you realize, hey, maybe it's worth it. At least for me. I think for most people it's not. I just want to say also at the outset, first of all, I have a stuffy nose. I always do, so I'm sorry about that. If it's hard to understand me. That these cats, they're not legal everywhere. They're legal in North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Nevada, and Wisconsin. But that's pretty much it. You can get a permit to have them in several states, but that is not an easy thing, and you'll be subject to all sorts of inspections, and that doesn't always work out great. You can do it, it's just that most people don't, and they have good reasons. We'll talk about it later. But if swaggers were to get married and have a family and have beautiful swagger babies, those babies would be called Savannah cats. And those cats are legal in far more states, and they're a lot of fun. They're mischievous. Anything that has swagger blood, serval blood in it, swagger blood in it, is going to be a little bit feisty. Let's put it that way. So Swaggers is certainly feisty. The thing is, just if I could talk about something that just happened, I want this just to be a little intro. But he yesterday was absolutely terrified. We have a very tight, close bond. But yesterday he had no idea who I was. He was running through this whole thing out of just complete horror. Like something happened to him, something so traumatic, and he didn't know who I was. And to be honest, I didn't know what to do. I'd never seen him like this. It was almost like he was like a wild serval that had never met a person before. I was so terrified for him. And so I spent the night with him, and he was terrified for most of it. But then during the day, his love, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. His love language is definitely play. So as we started to play, or at least as I tried to entice him into playing more and more, well, things got slowly better and better. What are you doing to me? And now we're here like this, so we're cool. But even now, they don't like if you're hovering above them. They don't, he especially, well, none of them really like it if you're higher up than them. Think about it. In the wild, they would want to be higher up than all the other animals to be able to see their prey, but also, and I guess mostly when it comes to their emotional state, okay, baby, you're okay, to avoid becoming prey. So I don't know what happened yesterday or what his perception of it was. Watch, he gives me these head bumps. I love you too. I love you too. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're such a lovey-dovey cat. You're very lovey-dovey. And he talks. He talks. He has all these sounds. And because I've had him forever, he's only 2. But it just, as fast as time goes, having him, it also feels like an eternity. Because we have been through so much. No one knows how much we've been through together. We have gone through it. So, let's see, he loves his tunnel. So I know his sounds, and like we have a way of communicating. And believe me, he knows me. And he loves my food. He also is extremely intelligent and can do things like you can't imagine. He doesn't like that I work. So in the mornings, like at 2 a.m. rather, he'll hide my shaving cream, he hides my razors, he hides the toothpaste, he hides the toothbrush, he hides my keys, and worst of all, and people blame me for this, but he eats my money. And so when this first happened, he ate $222. Before you blame me and say I should leave it out, it was locked in a drawer that he opened. This is a skill he inherited from his father. His father he's a little cat burglar too. So he opens things. He's incredibly smart. He turns on the shower and he turns it off. He doesn't like getting showers or baths, so when I turn it on, he's willing to get a little bit wet to turn it off. He also opens the refrigerator. And I've posted videos of him doing this on Instagram. And it's terrible because he eats my dinners, my TV dinners, you name it. Not that I eat so healthy, but we eat some of the same things. So I was trying the keto diet, which is what? Cheese and meat. Well, trust me, he likes meat. You know, all cats are obligated carnivores. So, gotcha. Sometimes I could swear my food tastes better to him. And that's his little house. He's a first-time homeowner. The straw helps keep him warm, even though usually he comes inside. He looks cute in this house. That's his igloo, which he liked, but I wanted to give him a separate little shelter. And today I am putting up, it's hard to explain, but a wooden structure that's going to have good covering on it that'll keep him nice and warm. And more heaters. Those are some little heaters over there. Hey, baby. He's a very happy cat, except for yesterday, man. Yesterday really was just terrifying. Thank you so much for coming today, for watching us. I'm going to be posting on a regular basis, and I hope that I could maybe teach you some things about swaggers and animals. I've been working with them for my whole life. Even as a kid, I loved animals, and I've read about them. I have absolutely no qualifications whatsoever that are official, but I've worked in places where he's just inside of his house in a funny way. It's just, I don't know. He cracks me up. You'll see. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Everything he does is funny to me, and he's so mischievous. You don't know. And he eats the most disgusting things. But anyway, I hope to share whatever knowledge I do have about him and our experiences together. There's always something happening. Believe me. He once escaped. It took me 3.5 weeks to find him. No one knows what I went through. But hopefully that won't happen again. But there's always something with him. There's always something. So it should be pretty fascinating. Hopefully we'll have some fun, get to know each other a little bit. And I hope to share more and more animals with you. And I have more coming in. I have a cobra arriving tomorrow. And golden coral cobra. And I have other venomous snakes. And some kittens for adoption. I have some for adoption. If you want a beautiful, beautiful kitten, you let me know. Just adorable baby cats. That's a long story too. But I will tell them to you. And I'm really hoping that this could be fun. So thanks again for tuning in. And everybody, you have a good day now.